The fraudsters out there can be pretty sophisticated. One of the craziest types of frauds in the last few years have been people sending emails pretending to be your CEO, instructing people from within the company to wire some money, to send some money to someone else. And these spoofed emails have worked time and time again. Today on Zippy Point.
Quick Zips by Zippy Point.
Quick and dirty. I'm Brock Romanek and I'm a big fan of you. So back in 2018, the SEC issued this Section 21A report about companies with deficient internal controls. 9 different companies had become victims of a cyber fraud known as business email compromises and also known as CEO fraud or executive impersonation. As a side note, you should know that the SEC uses Section 21A report as a vehicle to signal how it views a particular problematic area or set of practices. So they essentially are policy statements. They put companies on notice that going forward, the SEC and its enforcement division will consider similar conduct to be fair game for more conventional enforcement action. So for these business compromise email cases, if companies don't improve their internal controls to try harder to prevent this type of email spoofing, they may be the subject of an SEC enforcement investigation. For some of these 9 companies, the frauds lasted a long time and weren't discovered until the real vendor complained that they hadn't been paid yet. The fact patterns for these 9 companies entailed employees receiving fake or compromised electronic communications, typically email, and in response, employees wired large sums of money and paid fake invoices to the tune of at least $1 million. 2 of these companies lost more than $30 million, and the losses for the 9 companies combined was nearly $100 million. This is real money, nearly all of it which has not been recovered. These 9 cases had these common elements. They referred to time-sensitive deals that needed to be completed within days, emphasizing the need for secrecy from other company employees, and suggested some form of government oversight. Some of these cases involve requesting funds necessary for foreign transactions and all directed the wire transfers to foreign banks. The emails provided minimal details about the transaction, and while all the companies had some foreign operations, these types of foreign transactions would have been out of the ordinary. These emails typically went to mid-level personnel who rarely communicated with the executives being spoofed and who typically were not involved in these types of transactions. And these emails often included grammatical errors. Hint, hint, it's probably a fraud. So this wave of business compromise emails continues. Over 400 companies get targeted daily. And globally, there's been over $5 billion of losses. That's billion with a B, according to this article that goes through 3 case studies. And it's not just public companies that have been the victim. Governments at the country, state, and local level, nonprofits, you name it. This GateFi blog lists 10 well-known entities that have fallen victim. Anyways, let me know what you think.